Hello everyone and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you guys are doing very well. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. So today I'd like to start the video by amending a bit soft prediction that I've made recently, which was Bitcoin above 80k on the second half of September. As I've told you guys, I was not really, I wasn't really feeling confident on that one, as I was torn apart between the end of second half of September, second half of November. Since in the great scheme of things, this is not really an important one, I would say let's do it above 80k by the end of November, and just take it as a little bit of a joke prediction. As you guys know, I don't do that many predictions. I do maybe 5-6 per year, and that's about it. And sometimes I do these smaller ones a bit for fun. Things like, Bitcoin will be between 57-62k for the next week. Or we should touch these numbers on the S&P, these numbers on the Dow Jones, these numbers on the Russell, these numbers on the blah, blah, blah. And then we pretty much tested all of those levels. I do it more for fun. And I'm also making this video today. It's a little bit different video because it's to reply to a few comments that, I sometimes forget that I get new viewers all the time. And so if you come and you only saw like 1 or 2 videos of mine, you may get a wrong impression of the channel. Either that this is a channel where trades are made on a daily basis, or that, it's a channel of predictions on a weekly basis. No. I do those little predictions throughout the year, mostly for fun. If you want me to be honest with you. To me, the thing that matters the most, and the purpose of this channel. So the purpose of this channel is twofold. Number one is I'm broadcasting my journey to what I believe is my best opportunity to financial freedom and potentially generational wealth if everything goes according to plan. So that is purpose number one. Purpose number two is to hopefully share with you the way that I think about the markets, the way that I think about what's the problem with YouTube finance in general, and how to spot when things are made, to take advantage of you and to put you in a worse position. That's it. This channel is not for creating a sort of cult. The channel is not so I create a big basis so then I can leverage the following by selling you stuff, either mastermind courses or master trading labs or copy my trades or stocks watch list or options trading. No, that's not the point of this channel. Actually, those are the things that I fight against, because I know that those things exist to benefit one person, the YouTuber, and to basically destroy the audience. And you can tell that a lot of people that used to have those kind of behaviors ended up being sponsored by FTX, BlockFi, Celsius, and then have the audacity to go and tell their new followers, oh, I was predicting that those would collapse. No, you were taking money of them for a long time. You helped a lot of your followers to go into those scams and get completely annihilated. And unfortunately, those channels keep on growing because this is the world of YouTube. The more wrong and the more you destroy your audience, somehow the more visibility you get. Now, to me, there are a few predictions that I made. And the predictions are not to entice you to trade or with me or to copy me or whatever the case may be. Is those predictions come from my opinion of the markets and what is underlying the markets. And basically what I'm expecting to happen that will lead me to retire, not you. I couldn't care less what you invest in. So for example, out of all the predictions, which ones do I like? I think liquidity will be increasing. I think interest rates will need to be cut. I think the Fed funds rate will be negative before the end of the decade. Before 2030, I mean. I think crypto will do very, very well. So for example, let's take the prediction of crypto above 80K by end of November. Is that important to me? Let's say it's 75 and not 80. Is this a big deal? No. Why not? Because I still think that Bitcoin will be 242,000 to 276,000. So somewhere between 242 and 276,000 by the end of the cycle. I will know a little bit better when we move into the cycle. And I think Ethereum will be somewhere between 25 and 29,000. That is my expectation. That is what I believe in. So what do you think that I value the most? If Bitcoin is 75 or 80 or 85K by November 2024, or the prices at the end of the cycle, most likely in 2025. 2025, that's really what I care about. The rest is a little bit, I make a lot of videos, right? So I also need to make it a little bit fun. Drop some predictions, and particularly I like to drop those predictions that people that go completely against whatever else everyone else is predicting. So for example, when I said Bitcoin 47 to 52,000, that was based on previous cycles, and I chose what time period did I choose? I chose the time where Bitcoin was above 70,000 and everybody was predicting Bitcoin 100,000. Because then I come here and I make a prediction very different from everybody else, and I still consider it wrong. Because I said within 3 months, so that would be 19th of July. It happened in the beginning of August. I was 2.5 weeks off. In my view, I was wrong. And also, when we touched 52.9 thousand, I thought that was good enough. It was not 47.52, but 52.9 is close enough. And I said, I think maybe we will stop here. And then we went to 48.7 or whatever. And now we are at 57.58. But the point being, I consider that prediction wrong. I actually made a video, which is one of my most popular videos, where I started by saying the predictions that I got wrong in the first place. So things that I got wrong. I thought Ethereum would be outperforming by now. It's not. I thought Russell 2000 would be outperforming by now. Why? Because I thought that interest rates would have been cut a little bit earlier, maybe towards May, June, and not September. So, but my point is, will rates get cut? I think so. So to me, you see the point? So to me, the overall trend where we are going is most important than did it happen in May or June? Did it happen in July or August? Did it happen? These are all things that, we throw around to have a little bit of fun. And usually I like to make certain predictions, particularly when I see everybody in the industry so tilted on one side, and I'm fairly certain that that's not going to happen because people are advocating in many cases by the rumors, by the news events, which I've never seen one in history. I've only seen by the rumors of the news event. So I feel confident to come here and say, I think we're going to go down to these levels. And now people don't want to listen, don't want to hear that, because they want me to come here and deliver dopamine to you. People want me to come here and say, Bitcoin 500,000 in 3 weeks. Like, people want to hear this kind of stuff. But since I don't have to do that, why do you think, so for example, why do you think all the other channels change strategy constantly? So Crypto Banter, I'm completely out of Ethereum. Then Ethereum ETF, I'm back in Ethereum. Now Ethereum is underperforming, I'm out of Ethereum. And then meet Kevin, I'm shorting the market. The market went up. I'm long the market. I'm shorting again. I'm long the market. I'm bullish in the morning and I'm bearish in the afternoon. They completely change everything because they try to see where the flow of the audience is going based on the color of the charts, and they tend to talk about whatever is the more prevalent belief, because that gets you more views. More views, higher potential that people will buy your services, being it courses, consultancy, one-on-ones, mastermind courses, master lab trades, copy my trade, this, whatever the case may be. They know what people are searching and they know what people want to hear. If the chart is going down, people want to hear doom and gloom. If the chart is green, people want to hear $1 million Bitcoin in a month. That's it. Now, I don't do that because I don't have to do that. Because although I have the ads turned on, the only reason why I have the YouTube ad revenue on is because it seems that my videos are more spread out if I have the ads on than if I have the ads off. But for you to have an idea, in order for you to get paid by YouTube, you need to input a bunch of stuff. You need to input your bank account details, you need to fill tax forms, you need to do all of these things, which I haven't done because I'm not planning to collect any kind of YouTube ad revenue. So I get half of my email box is warnings of YouTube saying, you need to fill these details so you can get paid. You need to do this so you can get paid. Your earnings are stuck here. I don't care because I don't do this for money. I really don't care. And if somebody wants to challenge me, I am perfectly fine to showcase a video to say that in order for you to get paid, you need to fill certain things here, which I haven't filled, and I haven't filled it on purpose. Now, so to me, when I'm looking at the things, if you want, what is the basis of my theory? The basis is this. I think the currency will keep on being debased. I think money printing and interest rates do not cause inflation on the CPI side. They cause currency debasement, which causes asset prices to go up. I think crypto is the best performer of all those assets. I think all the assets trade in the same direction over any extended period of time. Sure, this week crypto may be down and gold up, and next week stocks are up and crypto is down, and in the month crypto is up and stocks are slightly down. Sure, you can have these little divergences across the board, but I think that if you give it enough time, all the assets are moving into the same direction. Why? Because they're priced in the dollar. Okay, what's happening to the dollar? It's losing value. Why is it losing value? Because the central bank is increasing money supply on average 8 to 10% per year. How much does the S&P go on average up per year? 8 to 10%. That's it. The reason why I'm in crypto and I'm not in stocks, for example, is because I think crypto will outperform stocks to the upside, so I don't waste my time on stocks. That's it. But the stock market is important to be understood because you are not going to have a crashing stock market and a booming crypto market. You won't. That's it. Very simple. So what do I care about? I care about 2025. Since when do I care about 2025? For those of you who've been following this channel since the beginning, since my first videos, it's always been 2025. The rest is things that we use to keep ourselves occupied for the time being. Lottery tickets. Pepe has been a narrative of the cycle. Pepe-related coins should be leveraged on Pepe. That's why I got Birddog, did very well. That's why I got Andy, did very well. That's why I got a Hoppy, did very well. But I also got Foti, didn't do well on that one. I also got Matt coin at 1.7 million market cap. It's now 1.2 million market cap. I'm down on that. The thing is, I've been up way more than down, and it doesn't matter if I pick, 3 correct and 7 wrong, because if those 3 correct go to the moon 100x, they will pay all the other ones. That's the point of a lottery ticket. It's called risk management. And which are my retirement coins? Pulse Chain, PulseX, Hex, Hydron, and Icosa. Since when? Since I've created this channel. A couple of months afterwards, because that's when I disclose my positions. When do I talk about those coins? I talk about those coins when they're down in the dirt, when nobody wants them, nobody knows them, everybody thinks they're going to zero. I write in the description, I got in at this price on this day. When I got rug pulled in a couple of coins, I came here and I said, I got rug pulled in a couple of coins. That is the difference. You see, what the other channels do is something like this. They talk about 100 coins. So every day there's 2 or 3 coins. And then eventually when they get some of them correct, because, well, it's the bull market, They come and they talk only about those coins. And they use that as leverage to convince you that they are geniuses, so you buy whatever they have to sell. That's it. And then during the bear market, all these people get exposed as complete frauds. But during the bull market, they are geniuses. And the point is they create a following large enough that they get paid in ad revenue, they attract sponsorships, and they sell you stuff. And you become their passive income. That's it. Now, Peter Schiff and Harry Dent are a bit worse. They learned how to monetize your fear. You see, Peter Schiff went 3 hours on the day that the Japanese stock market was going down overnight and and Bitcoin went to 48K. He spent 5 hours on Twitter Spaces explaining on the stock market crash was inevitable, how crypto was going to go to zero, how everything was going to collapse, how the Fed needed to come with an emergency rate cut, and inflation would explode. He also said in his podcast 2 years ago that inflation would never drop below 2% again. It would never see a 2% handle, even by government measures. One after the other. So basically, the day that I said this was the bottom of all these things that he predicted they were going to crash. He was the bottom. He did a podcast tonight. Do you think he acknowledged any of it? No, he just made the same predictions now into the future again. And again, and again, and again. And what I say is, go check his fund's performances. Don't take my word for it. They have been out for decades. For decades, no, that's an exaggeration. But most of them for more than a decade. The performance is completely atrocious. But he doesn't talk about it because his whole goal is to convince you to buy his funds so he collects the management fee. That's it. All the rest is irrelevant. If his following gets annihilated, that's your problem. He will get paid in any case. That's the key. You are always, I saw a video of Harry Dent, May 2009. He was telling people, sell your stocks, sell your real estate, and short the market. May 2009. That is 2 months after the bottom. People who followed that advice are annihilated. He had 2 funds, both of them got listed and delisted, and his third fund, which is now Harry Dent Sector Fund, has lost more than half of the assets under management. Do you think he talks about it? No, because what's his point is to monetize your fear. That's it. Now, I'm not here to try to convince you that I'm the best trader that ever lived, that I'm a Nostradamus, or that I'm whatever. I'm here to report my journey. I'm here to broadcast my journey, and hopefully you can see why these channels are made to be appealing to you, but they are here to benefit the YouTuber and destroy you. That's it. If my channel gets banned tomorrow, I don't care. If it go, if all my coins go to zero, that is my problem and that is my fault. That's it. And sorry, there was a question also. There were a few questions on this in the comment section about that I was expecting a huge deflationary kind of spiral. Bitcoin, real estate, stocks, everything was going to go down. No. What I said, and I'll try to explain this one more time to be very clear, and I apologize if I didn't do it well. My analysis is the following. Technology and lower interest rates lead to lower prices. But what kind of prices? CPI inflation related, because technology is utterly deflationary, and because interest rates are the cost of money. When you reduce the cost of things, either by technology or by reducing the cost of money, when you go to the supermarket, inflation is lower. That doesn't mean you have deflation. That means inflation is 1%, 1.3%, 0%, 0.6%, whatever. But at the same time, if rates are lower and the central banks are printing a lot of money, you have currency debasement and you have a lot of inflation. But where is the inflation? Stocks, real estate, crypto, and in some cases, commodities. What is the basis for me saying this? Japan printed a lot of money for 30 years, way more than the US or Europe. They had 0% growth, 0% CPI inflation, but the stock market eventually recovered. It took a long time because nobody cares about the Japanese stock market, so it took a long time to recover. What did Europe do? Europe printed more than 60% of its GDP, negative interest rates, average CPI inflation 1.1%. Stock markets did fairly well depending on the region. After all, Europe is a continent and not a country. What did the US do? The US printed a lot of money and had interest rates very, very low. How much money did they print? Well, at some point, they went from $800 billion, Fed's balance sheet, to $5 trillion. Average inflation, 1.6%. Asset price inflation, very high. The NASDAQ is up 800% over the last 15 years. But CPI, with the exception obviously of these last 3 years, was fairly benign. That's my point. On this side, you have the CPI inflation, which has nothing to do with money printing and low interest rates. Money printing and low interest rates with the banks as gatekeepers, very important, leads into asset price inflation, stocks, real estate, and I call it the currency debasement to make a distinction between that asset price inflation and CPI inflation, basically. That's it. When you give money directly to people, like the US did during the zombie virus, and you don't have the banks as gatekeepers, and you cut the supply at the same time, you have, tada, CPI inflation like we had in 2022. But it takes very little time to materialize. Like what Peter Schiff, for example, says is, we are now seeing the inflation that was created in 2010. No, that's not how that works. You do something in 2020, 2021, 2022, you see it. It's not 10 years into the future, it's right there. It takes about 12 to 18 months of lag, and then you see it. So I hope that this is clear now. You have the CPI inflation when you go to the groceries and things are 1% more expensive. And then you have the asset price inflation that goes up, for example, the S&P 500, 8 to 10% per year. And the reason why I say that I like crypto is because since you have asset price inflation or currency debasement of 8% on average, and you have, let's say, CPI around 2%, and you should double it, because usually if you double it, you get the real CPI, let's say the inflation is 3, so 8 plus 3 is 11%. So you need something that yields above 11% to be better. The only thing that does it on a consistent basis are tech stocks, crypto. That's it. So that's why I like crypto. Simple. If this model changes, then I will update my worldview. Until it does, I will keep as is. And with that, guys, thank you very much for your support. Sorry a little bit about a different video. Don't forget, after tomorrow I'll be traveling, so expect the setup to be differently. Thank you very much for your comments, guys. I hope that I've clarified some of these positions. I hope you guys don't get mad at me or anything like that. You guys know that I'm always very transparent and very honest with all of you, and I'm not here waiting for coins or stuff to pump, and then I come here, oh, by the way, I got in, no. I come here and I tell you the truth when it goes well and when it goes wrong. And with that, thank you very much for your support. I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget, drop that like and subscribe is the only thing that I ask. And it takes 2 little movements on your hand for free. Thank you very much.